Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a serger pouch, and this will give you some practice using the serger. You should already have your fabric cut from when you learned how to use a rotary cutter. So this is a 5" by 11" rectangle, and this one is a 5" by 1" rectangle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to serge the short sides of our rectangle here. So we're going to put it in. Now remember, you want to serge right on the edge. You should not be cutting off any fabric as you make this. And get to the end, keep pushing. And if your thing kind of unravels a little bit, don't worry about it. It's okay. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. Okay, and now we're going to take our little piece, and the instructions for this pouch are also on canvas. Now we're going to serge the two long sides of your little piece. Remember to always make sure you have a chain of thread. And I am missing my good shears. I can't find them. So you'll want to use sharper, good shears than what I'm using. Okay, now our next step, now that you have these done, is we need to grab a ruler. And I'm just going to use a seam gauge, and we want to go to 3½ inches. So I'm just going to slide my ruler mark to 3½ inches, and then you're going to need to use some type of marking pencil. So start at the top, and then I'm just going to make a little mark right at 3½ inches on my fabric. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is take this bottom edge, and we're just going to fold it up until it touches that mark that you made. Now you're going to want to go over to an iron and press this right here so that it lays nice and flat. Alright, so now we're going to take your little piece that you did and take your ruler again and put it to 1 inch. And we are going to place this 1 inch from the top. Make sure that it's 1 inch here and 1 inch over here, and that it's not going crooked. Now we are going to use a pin at this point. But I'm going to put my pins in the center here, because remember, you don't really want to use pins when you use the serger, but we're talking about pins that are going to be where you're serging. I'm going to place my pins in the center so that my serger is not going to get to them. But when you pin, you have to push it through and then poke it back through the other way so that it will lay flat. Now if you don't pin this, when you serge it, a lot of times this little strip is going to go crooked. So it's a good idea to pin it here in the center. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to serge this side, and we're also going to serge down this side. And you can just leave your pins on there as you do it. When you get to this point, just kind of make sure your fabric is staying flat as it goes through. Make sure your little strip here is not going crooked. Okay, and I'm going to flip it this direction. And if you need to stop at any point, stop it. Threads there. Okay, now you can pull your pins out, so you don't need those anymore. Okay, now we're going to create the top of our pouch. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold these two corners in like this until they meet each other. And then you are going to want to go press this at the iron so that it will stay flat. And now you're going to serge right here and right here, and that's going to keep it in that triangle shape. So when you serge this one, start at the angle at the top and line it up with your tape. I'm going to send it through. And just imagine just going straight. You're going to just kind of serge right off the side here. It's fine to serge over previous serging. Alright, and now we're going to serge on the other. So again, make sure that this is flat. I'm not going to bother cutting this one because the serger will just cut this piece off for me as I serge this last one. So I'm going to stick it in this way. Cut that off for me. Now I just need to make sure all my threads are trimmed. And now this part will fold down, and you'll want to go back over to an iron and just press this, and this is the flap that your little pouch will slide in to keep it close. And that is how you make a serger pouch.